Hey everybody, it's Martha. I know, you know that. I should know you know that. Um, Today is day 43. Thanks for being here. I don't know why you're sticking it out with me, but I'm grateful you are. So, I hope you're having a wonderful day and things are good for you. We are doing fine here. It's about 82 degrees outside right now. Crazy, crazy, crazy weather. Okay, that didn't come out the way I wanted it to, but that's all right. Jeez, come on. Ay, ay, ay. I debated on whether to make this a video or not today because, yeah, I think I'm having another day. I'm going to adjust you a little bit. Okay, we'll see if that's better for you and I. You will hear noises, unfortunately. Golf course landscaping crew. Constant around here. Today I am trying to make, notice I said trying, cherry blossoms. The reason I wanted to do that is they're one of the signs of spring, especially here. You know, they have the Cherry Blossom Festival in Washington, D.C., and we're not that far from there. I got the idea from watching an Instagram reel. Somebody posted on Instagram, and they were doing this cherry blossom sort of kind of thing. Now, they had theirs drawn out. And you know me. I don't understand why I'm having such a tough time with this. I think I'm using the wrong size needle. Which, you know, is anybody surprised? Anyway, we went out we got up this morning, and I was being lazy because I thought we were staying home all day. We did not. First, Tony was cleaning out a bunch of stuff from the bathroom and the bedroom. So I started helping with that. I had already taken the sheets off my bed and was washing those, and that's good enough. That's good enough for me. And what I'm just going to do is make a bunch of clusters of pink, and then I will try to put branches in beyond that. We'll see. Anyway, so it took us, a couple hours to get stuff sorted, and I'm like, let's clean out the linen closet while we're at it, because I know there's a bunch of stuff in there we don't really use. So we'll probably donate the towels and washcloths to a pet shelter. And we then Tony said he wanted to go get lunch. So we drove to the city, to Fredericksburg, and we grabbed some lunch. And then I told him I wanted to go to Hobby Lobby because I didn't think I had any pink, light, very pale pink thread, I'm going to use a different needle because I'm really struggling to get the 6 strands, and I think this needle's too thin. And the eye does not want to go. Excuse me. I should have brought, well, I did bring water in here with me. So we ran over to Hobby Lobby, and sorry for the noise. The guy who just went up the cart path just turned around and came back. I don't know what these people are doing. Oh, that's much easier. I don't have to fight with it. Got the threads, and we came home and put food away, and there was a blanket that I had washed but didn't throw in the dryer when my sheets dried. Excuse me. I didn't get a drink. Oh, hopefully that'll help. Don't know why the frog in my throat today. I really don't. And we came home, put our lunches away because we had leftovers. And we did the few things that we needed to do. And then I started working on what I was going to do for my heart. So I did a little research, and I'm not going to make these very realistic, let's just say, but most pictures, if you look up Cherry Blossom Festival, Washington, D.C., or Cherry Blossom Photos, Washington, D.C., there are a lot of photos where the sky is in the background, the open sky, and the blossoms are being photographed with the sky behind it. So that's what I was shooting for. So hence the light blue fabric. And this light blue fabric has a very, I don't think you can see it on camera, but a teeny weeny micro design on it. So it gives it a little depth because there's little teeny tiny blue, darker blue lines going through it. So yeah. And the cherry blossoms usually grow in clusters on a branch. So that's kind of what I'm going for. So it's going to be a lot of French knots. That's all it's going to be. And I don't have a whole heck of a lot to talk about. So, that hurt. It's going to be one of those days, eh? I just need to settle down and breathe and do this. So we are planning another getaway. I don't know where. Tony's doing it. Tony's in charge. It's going to be here in Virginia. It's not going to be very far away. Just go out and work on refining some of the things we need to do. Just for a few days, because we're going to have to turn the car in probably Friday or Monday. And Monday is Tony's birthday. So I think he's planning on, dropping the car off. And then we'll still have the van if we need to get around. Or the insurance company would give us a rental car, but we don't like driving other people's cars. But anyway, so Tony's been poking around looking for that on the computer, see where he wants to go. And I think I told you the other day, the car place says that, the repair place says it'll be probably It could be up to 2 weeks to repair it, but I don't think, I mean, I know they've told us that with other cars, and I think one of the cars did take them a long time. That was pre-COVID stuff, you know, pre-supply chain shortages, that's when everything was available and they had lots of workers and everything else. But I don't want to stab myself again. So we'll go away for a few of the days, maybe 5 days of the. We gotta work our way back into spending time in the van while we're gone. It's sometimes a challenge. Let's just put it that way. It can be a challenge to spend every day in the van. And if there are bad weather days, that's even more challenging. Tiny space. Tony can be sort of like a caged animal sometimes. Even if he takes walks and, you know, there's other people to watch, and I could just sit in a campground and do that for a day or so. Then go somewhere the next day, then, you know, sit around the next day. And these people are ruining my day here. Got up this morning, first thing this morning, like 7:30, and there was a guy out on the golf course, and he was using a weed whacker. But he wasn't using the weed whacker like turning it on and just letting, you know, just whacking the grass and the weeds. No. He'd start it, stop it, start it, stop it, start it, stop it. That quick. Like, that went on for 2.5 hours. I wanted to shoot him. Seriously. Not that I would. I don't own anything that could even, you know, I don't even own a slingshot. But oh my goodness gracious, I wanted to scream at him. Either do it or get out of here. Oh, I blew that. Of course I did, because I'm being mean. I'm struggling again. I'm sort of trying to make like clusters of 3 together. Unwind my yarn. That's when it starts knotting up, is when it needs to be unwound. I have learned that. I ignore it half the time, but I have learned that. I am using all 6 strands, and this is DMC 818. But in between you can hear the birds, hopefully. Man, I stink at French knots. It doesn't matter how long I practice. I just really don't do a great job. I know it's all about holding that thread down. Oh, look at that. Perfect French knot. La, 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 la. That didn't even help, Martha. That might be a hawk. I don't know if you heard that. Alright, well this one's totally messed up, but I put a couple more in there and we'll see what. Call it a day there. At least make it look like a cluster. Come on. Thank you. I'm being naughty. I'm carrying my thread long distances. I did buy 2 skeins of it though, so. Because I knew I was using all 6 strands and I wanted to do a bunch of clusters. Big clusters, little clusters. Because if you look at the photographs, that's kind of how it goes. Uh-oh. So it's, like I said, around 81, 82 degrees and sunny and hot. I mean, it's crazy. This weather is just insane. Just insane. A week ago we were freezing. I guess summer's here. Okay, get a grip. Somebody's out mowing their lawn. Oops. Come on. 1, 2. Why am I having trouble again? Oh, Martha. Okay. I have to thread it just to get, just to tie it off. Oh, that didn't work. Yay. Yay. Debbie, I've seen some of your hearts on Instagram. They are beautiful. It's so nice seeing somebody else doing this. Good job. Robin, I hope you and Boris are well. I hope for all of you over there on that coast, the left side of the country, that it warms up for you soon. I think, Debbie, you're in Washington, and I know Robin's in Oregon. And there's Colleen. Don't know where you are, Colleen. Oops. Weren't you going to try and make the flour tortillas. Did you ever do that? I think I can take that out now. I tried to wrap one up burrito style the other night for dinner. I don't know. I put too much in it for one thing. It didn't do a very good job of wrapping it up. Plus, I think the tortilla, it was a little thick. I would take more time to roll them out if I made whole wheat again. I think the next ones will be white flour. I was able to roll those out way thinner. And the thinner ones, well, I overcooked the white ones I've done previously. I overcooked them, so they cracked too. Now, when I take it out of the freezer, because if you don't eat them in a couple of days, they do go bad. But when you take them out of the freezer, I let it thaw either on the counter or I just put it in a barely warm oven for like 2 minutes. Because you don't want it getting all crispy again, because then it'll definitely crack. But the whole wheat flour ones are just way drier. So there's that. I might, if I do them again, I will add a little more oil, I think. The fat helps them not be so dry. Ow. I guess if we're going away and I want to take one with me, one or two, I find it's a real easy way to, because I sort of sometimes miss sandwiches. And it's a real easy way to get my beans and my lentils and my avocado and whatever else I'm going to put in there. Sometimes I add corn. Sometimes I add spinach. Sometimes lettuce. Sometimes rice. But you can only put like a spoonful of each in there, or you can't roll them up when you add that many ingredients. And I want it all in there, I guess, because that's what I try and stuff in there. And then I can't get it to roll up, so without breaking. See, that's a mess. So I got up this morning deciding that I'm going to work on getting more active, becoming more active, being more active. I don't know, whatever the proper way to say it is. And try to work on portion controls of my food. So the next tortillas I make, I think, will be small ones, and then I can always have 2 and just put a little bit in them. We've been watching these van lifers that have gone down to Mexico and South America. And the tortilla shells they have there are very small round. I mean, they're like that. Probably no bigger than that. And you get served like 3 or 4 of them to get the amount of food you want for your meal. What did I do? What happened? I don't know what happened. Uh-oh. I think I'm in trouble. Did I wrap the wrong thing? So I may try it that way and see if I can cut back on what I'm eating when I have one of those for a meal. However, please come undone. I usually have way too much at lunch and dinner. I love my food. So I'm going to try and undo this since I royally messed that up without it becoming a big knot that I can't get out and wasting, like that, and wasting all this thread. Yeah, portion control is a big issue for me. Oh, come on. Please come apart. What am I doing? Come on. Thought I had it. Wowza. Well, that was a struggle. All right. It's getting warm in here. We have the AC on, but I wanted to have the door open and light and listen to the birds. So the bedroom door is shut. Seriously? I mean, seriously. So the heat isn't getting into the rest of the house, but I will tell you, come real summer, and probably for the next few days, actually, that door will not be open. It'll be too hot because the sun beats in here. I've shown you the sun. In the winter, it's great because it keeps it warm in here. In the summer, it becomes a oven, like you could bake in here. So I have to keep the blackout curtains closed and the door closed, window closed. It just gets too hot. And I called and rescheduled my appointment with the orthopedic surgeon that a friend recommended. So it was supposed to be in early May, but I wanted the appointment a little sooner in case he wants me to get a bunch of tests done or the okay from a cardiologist or anything like that. So I made it for April 21st. So that will be the orthopedic appointment. Hopefully the car will be back by then, because the building he's in is in the exact same building, strangely enough, as where I get my mammograms done now. I didn't even realize that when I called him. So he's just in another part of the building. So at least we know where it is. And we know the parking lot, which is something that we tend to scope out when we're going somewhere in the van, because parking lots can be pretty tight. And the van is big. Do one more cluster over here. And so I gave away a bunch of winter coats. I have so many coats. Oh, that's a hawk being chased by a bunch of crows. They are not happy with that hawk. The hawk must have taken something. Those birds are not happy. All right, I'm trying to imagine the branches now, so I'm trying to figure this out where... Come down here, come down here, come down here, come down here, down here. Oh, I don't know what happens when they all stop like that. I don't know if they chased the hawk away. I don't know, but it happens a lot like that. We're going to have to put the hummingbird feeder out soon, too. Supposedly, they are on their way to Virginia. I think it was around April when we put it out last year, too. I got to remind Tony of that. He's the hummingbird feeder filler. I taught him how to make the... I got to think branches. I taught him how to make the hummingbird food with sugar and water only, and no artificial dyes or anything, because that's actually very bad for the birds. And we have to change it. Our hummingbird feeder sits in the sun, so we have to change it every 3 days because it goes bad. Probably should be changed more than that, but we're pushing it to 3 days, and they love to come and hang out here. The neighbor told us the other day that she puts red flowers out. She doesn't put hummingbird feeders out, but she puts red flowers out because we're the ones feeding the birds, but they come over and visit her. See the red flowers. I'm like, that's cool. It's nice to know that she's 2 doors down, next door to the house that just sold. Those people have not moved in yet. Please don't come undone. Please don't come undone. I don't know if I can do one more. I'm just going to tie it off. I'm tired of playing thread chicken with knots because it gets complicated. Okay. Good thing I bought 2 of these. I might have to dive into the next one pretty soon. I can't make them anymore. I gotta do the branches. I can always add more later. And do the branches and then let you all go, because this could not be more exciting video, and I don't want to overstimulate all of you. All 5 of you that watch and comment. I do appreciate you. Trust me. I appreciate you more than you'll know. I'm thinking of going around and putting like a dark pink in the center. And if you look at the cherry blossoms up real close, they actually have yellow in the centers too. The stamens look a little yellow, but I'm not going to all that. Like I said, this is not going to be a super realistic, you know, kind of thing. Not anywhere close. Ow! I poked the finger. Pokey pokey. Yeah, need to work on the bod. Need to work on the weight. Need to work on the exercise. Ugh. I hate exercising. Let me walk around a craft store all day. That's the kind of exercise I like. I have an email I have to answer when I get off. I made some tea. I finally figured out that if I make the tea before I make the video, now that it's warm out, my tea can cool off. I like to have iced tea. And I can have a fruit snack or something this afternoon. I ate very little lunch. I ate a good breakfast. But very little lunch. Because I'm trying to do portion control. I still need, yesterday I thought I was going to have a pear, but I ended up with popcorn. Yeah. But it didn't pop up very well. So I was disappointed. I pop it in a pan with oil. And some days, if the pan isn't the right temperature, I mean the oil isn't the right temperature. The pan was hot, but the oil wasn't hot yet. And I threw the popcorn in and it didn't pop up very fluffy. So unwind the thread. Okay. Alrighty. And around here, like, some of the schools are on vacation this week. And then Easter will be Sunday. And the rest of the schools will be on vacation next week. One of the school systems was on vacation 2 weeks ago. And of course, all the colleges will be on spring break. So not a whole lot of places to go. Unless you like crowds. And I do not like crowds. Oh, come on. Oh, that's bad. Oh, too late to fix it now. that was in that bunch of flowers. Just check your backs more often, Martha. And I've been trying to figure out, I want to get Tony a new drill. The drill he has is probably 50 years old, if not older. And it weighs a freaking ton. Like, it's hard to hold in one hand or with one hand. And he's gotten, I don't know why, but suddenly he's gotten really bad arthritis in his thumbs. I've had bad arthritis in my thumbs for 20 years, 25 years. But, so it's getting hard for him to hold things tightly, and it's frustrating him. And we have a Ryobi fan, so it uses the rechargeable battery packs. So I wanted to get him a Ryobi drill. However, drills come in two sizes, 3/8 and 1/2. I don't know which one to get. I don't know. I didn't know there were two different sizes of drills. And I don't know if that matters. So, I don't know. I don't know. And then they're all different prices. Like there was one for, I think, $49, and I don't even know if that was a battery pack one. And there was one for, there's like this set you can get with more stuff in it for like $150, and I didn't really want to spend that much. He wouldn't want me to spend that much. So, yeah, it's like confusing. What happened to things being simple? I used to walk in the store and go, I want this, and get it. And then I got to be able to get to the store without him. And that's not easy. He wants to go every time I go. So, hard for me to sneak anything on him. And then he keeps track of the bank account on the computer, so he knows when I spend money. It's like, he checks it every day for fraud, you know, because there's so much fraud stuff going on in the world. You get gas, you get your card fraud. You know, your card stolen. That's happened to us on trips before. Those people that put in the fake readers at the gas stations. It's like, really, people? Do you have to ruin our lives? Greedy, selfish people. Can you hear the two birds calling to each other? Okay. One more set, and then I'm going to try the branches. Oops, don't pull too tight. Of course, I'm going to run out of thread on this one. Let me know what you're working on over there. Are you crafting? Are you making journals? Are you sewing? What you doing? Ugh, that was bad. That was bad. I shouldn't have done that. Can I get it back out? No, of course I can't, because now it's all wrapped up in that. Are any of you watching American Idol or The Voice? Do you have any favorites? Well, I'm going to try get this back in the needle and just stick it back through there. No knot. Just poke you back through there. Okay. Alrighty. That's sloppy. Not happy about that. Okay. Let's move on. Had enough of that. I didn't want to make it real complicated. I didn't think making the knots was going to be that complicated. But, alas, 'twas more complicated than I expected it to be. I mean, I could just leave the blossoms there, but they look like they're just hanging in air, right? So I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. I think all this time I've been too close in. Sorry. Sorry if you've been blinded by it. Oh. Come on. Oh my goodness gracious me. I hope this looks right but the way I'm envisioning it to look. Okay. I think my right foot is getting a tan sitting in the sun. my cute little piggies. Okay, and then let's see. I want them all to connect, so I'm like, okay. Untwist the yarn. Doesn't twist as much when you're just doing straight stitches. Thank goodness. That's a lot of work on twisting it. Okay. I'm going to tie this off, and then I'm going to go back down instead of dragging thread all the way across again, because that seems to cause issues. Anybody watch Grey's Anatomy? How do you feel about Meredith not being there anymore? I feel like the show lost a lot of momentum in the last couple years. Okay. Thinking. Trying to make a decision. Right. That didn't make any sense, but it's done now. Yeah, so our weather's supposed to get quite warm over the next week, maybe. And then it's going to be like cooler in the 50s and 60s for, well, I think there's one day where it's going to be in the 50s. And then the rest of the days in the 60s. 70s, I guess. So it's like really just weird. I just don't know. I'm trying to sort of get this to meet down here. Shoot. Not a very good job, Martha. Okay. All right. Come back here. Come out here. And kind of come out sideways over here. Now I gotta sneak one in back here. Smells like somebody grilling outside. I made spaghetti sauce last night. It was really good. Except I put a little vinegar in there to give it a little tartness, and I poured way too much vinegar in. That part wasn't good. But I was able to kind of mask it with other... I put a little maple syrup in it to sweeten it a little bit, and that was better. Oh, shoot. I think I want this to go off the other way. It helped. Helped take that strong vinegary taste out of there. So at least I was able to fix it. Making your own sauce is so easy. It's so much better than canned. So much better. So much better. Okay, we're getting there. Slowly but surely, step by step, inch by inch. Anybody remember what show that was from? Okay, we're gonna kind of get this to come out sideways. And we're gonna go back. Not through the same hole because that doesn't work. By golly, I think I'm going to be pretty pleased with this. I'm not going to finish under an hour, darn it. Okay. Alrighty. Well, got that side done. Second verse, same as the first. Nope. Somebody's hitting golf balls from the hole they aren't supposed to hit golf balls on. Guess they don't read the rules. The 10th hole, which is the one we live on, is supposed to be closed to golfers because of all the trees and stuff they took down and all the debris they've left behind. I don't know what they're planning on doing next, to be honest. Something about a pond. Ooh. Ooh. What'd I do? Oh, that's what I did. Okay. Come on. You can do it, Martha. All right. Let's see. I didn't clip the wrong threads. So at least there's that. Get off, please. Alrighty. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Thank you very much. Get out of my way. Okay. And I'm going to do this up here to come. Please don't. Come down here. Please go around there. Please. Thank you. Now we're going to go sideways up this way. What the heck? Man. Okay. I'm being traumatized by this project. I mean, seriously, folks. Okay, so I'm going to come this way. Go down there. Ow! I'm going to go this way and come up there. This really is coming out pretty. Even if I do say so myself. I knew I was doing that. That's all right. If I wanted to do that and take that thread out, I couldn't have gotten through that hole if I tried. Without causing knots and stuff, right? They're meant to be. And then, let's see. I'll bring this down here. This one, I think I'll bring down here. There we go. I'm extremely pleased with that. Who'd have thunk? I had a vision and it came to fruition. Now if I could just do that with the lottery. Right? Alrighty. Day 43. Day 43 in the books. Cherry blossoms. I think it turned out okay. And we're just over an hour. I'm sorry this was such a quiet, boring video. Really didn't have much to talk about. It's hard doing a video every day and having something new and different and exciting to talk about. So I hope you were stitching along or sewing along or doing something fun and just hanging out. I appreciate you hanging out with me. That's always fun. So have yourself a wonderful, beautiful day. Thank you, as always, for being here and commenting and leaving a thumbs up if you can and whatever else. And have yourself a beautiful day. And I love you all. Love you. Happy spring. Bye-bye.